Hello everyone and welcome! I am so sorry that this has taken me so long to film. It's been a crazy new year for me already. I mean, just crazy in the sense that I got way too drunk on New Year's and then the next day was just spent. It was supposed to be spent filming this video essentially, but then, you know, I just couldn't function. So my fault. I apologize that this is going up a bit late, quite a bit later than other channels and everything, but hopefully that's okay. Happy New Year. I hope everyone is having a wonderful 2017 so far. In this video, we will be taking a look back on the best and worst of beauty from 2016. So I rounded up all of the products from the top of my pyramids this last year, and I put those products into a new pyramid. So this is like the hardest pyramid for me to put together because it really is like a roundup of my favorite things, or at least some of my favorite things, or at least they were my favorite thing for a month in any case. So this was really hard for me. Please do know that all of these products are really, they're good products. I had to put them in a pyramid, and we have one honorable mention purely because I don't own the thing anymore. I went through it and I just haven't bought a full bottle for myself yet. I totally will, but I just have another thing that I'm using up first and then I will buy it. But the honorable mention goes to the Bobbi Brown eye makeup remover. Like seriously, if I actually owned that, it would be near the top of this pyramid. It is the best eye makeup remover I've ever used in my life, and I feel bad because, like I said, I have got a tub of my Pond's Cold Cream. It is my other favorite eye makeup remover. I love it, but I've got a tub of that I'm gonna use up first, and then I will buy the Bobbi Brown. So I just figured I'd throw that in. If you're wondering why that wasn't on the pyramid, now you know. Periodically throughout this video, I will throw cards up in the corner so that if you want to go ahead and see reviews on these products, or you want to see the best and worst that it was from, I will have those up in the corner. YouTube only allows you to do 5 per video, so I'll only have 5, but everything will be linked below, like original reviews on these products and or the best and worst of beauty that I featured it in where it was on the top of the pyramid. So blah blah blah, all of that rambling aside, let's go ahead. I guess we're gonna sing the song together. Yeah, I mean, why not? Just for fun. And then we can hop on into this pyramid here. So here we go. It's the best and worst of beauty, whether good or bad. Here's the down and dirty. So at the very bottom of the pyramid, this product, I mean, like I said, all of these are good products. Please, like, they really are, but I had to put them in an order. So first off, we have got this foundation. I've got a lot of foundations in this pyramid. P.S. This was like the year of foundations. I mean, I test out a foundation every single week. So, I mean, that's a lot of foundations. What is that? 4 times 12. That's 48 foundations at least, probably, that I tested out last year. I've got a whole playlist if you want to go watch that. But anyways, I have got the Revlon Colorstay 2-in-1 Compact Makeup and Concealer. Now, why I put this on the bottom is purely because, A, I don't use the concealer. The concealer was just like, meh, it was okay, it wasn't that great. But the actual foundation, this is a great foundation. Like, I really was not expecting to like this foundation at all in the slightest, but I mean, you can see I've got a dent in this pan. Like, I really did use this. The only reason I put it at the bottom, aside from the reasons I already mentioned, is that this only works for me in the not summer. Hello, Fig. What are you gonna try and destroy? Everything. Yeah? You were sleeping, huh? You can tell he's just like in a daze. So like I was saying, this foundation, it really doesn't work well for me in the summer, like at all. It is not sweat proof. It does fine with sweat, but it's not the greatest, and I have other foundations in this pyramid that you will see that are sweat proof. So it's a really like lightweight foundation. When it goes on, it's super silky, super creamy. It's got a really fast dry down, so you can't like dot it all over your face and then blend it out. I have to kind of work in like quadrants, like put some dots on my cheeks and then blend that out, and then go to the other cheek and blend that, you know. But that being said, it's a great foundation when the weather's right for me. It hangs in there really well. It does a good job with my oils. Like, it doesn't control my oils by any means, but it doesn't come off with a blotting sheet or anything. And overall, I was really surprised, but I did really like this foundation in the compact. It's hard for me. It's like, do I recommend it? I don't know, purely because A, I know a lot of people are like, ew, gross, compact foundation, you're getting your fingers in there and blah, blah, blah. That personally doesn't bother me because I wash my hands and my face and everything before I put on on makeup, but I do know that is a concern for some people. And then also, just for me, it's like, if I can't use a foundation year round, it's just, you know, it makes me make those faces. So I am putting it on the bottom. It's a good foundation, but out of everything else on my pyramid, that one definitely had a spot at the very bottom of the pyramid. Next up on the bottom of the pyramid, I know so many people are gonna hate me for this. They're gonna hate me so bad. I've got the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is such a good palette, you guys. Like, please don't get me wrong. I've got this on my eyes today with some help from the chocolate chip palette. I will be doing a review on this coming very soon, don't worry. But the chocolate bar, okay. I really love this palette, I do. The only reason I put it so far on the bottom of the pyramid is that I don't reach for it. And it's not because it's a bad palette. I like the colors, but they don't make me go, yes, you know? Like, I'm not like, yeah, I really want to use XYZ out of this palette. Like, I'm just craving that one color. And I feel like with my other palettes, I have that color, you know? But, I mean, it's a gorgeous palette. It works so nicely. There's hardly any fallout with the shadows. They go on so creamy, so nice, so pigmented, just like really, really great. It's got the chocolate smell to it, and it's beautiful, and you can come up with like so many good looks with this palette. The only reason, like I said, I put it so low on the pyramid is because I don't reach for it. And it's no other reason other than I just don't. So it's a great palette. It really, really is. This is so many people's like favorite palette ever created. It's one of those palettes that I personally have to like force myself to use, I guess. Not like force, because it's not like I'm mad when I actually do end up using it, but yeah, you know what I mean? I really like this palette. I had to put it near the bottom, so I'm so sorry, Chocolate Bar palette. It's so delightful, and I love the magnetic closure. Like, it's such a nice closure, and it's a nice palette. I need to force myself to reach for it more often, because it really is gorgeous. Like, I really like the look that I came up with today. Like, I feel like the placement on the pyramid for the Chocolate Bar palette is more a reflection on me than it is on the palette, so just keep that in mind. And third thing on the bottom of the pyramid, I mean, moving on out, like, I love these products. Like, I love all of these products. Okay, I need to stop saying that. You guys are gonna get real annoyed. But we have got these lip products. I love these lip products. The only reason that I put them kind of low on the pyramid is because I love a lot of lip products. You know what I mean? But these really are some of my favorites. These are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Glosses. I feel like a lot of people got mad at these when they were released because, you know, I don't get it. It's a matte and a gloss. What? I think the reason they named these that and why other companies name products that is purely because there's no shimmer in it. It's still a gloss, but it's a bit matter than a normal gloss. I mean, I have one of these on my lips today. Yada, yada, yada. I personally really like them regardless. I love the colors that I bought. There's more colors than just this, but I love the colors. They're all like nudie pinks and berries and stuff. I love the way that these apply. They are so creamy, dreamy, smooth, silky, nice. They've got kind of a plush feeling to them, but they're also really lightweight on the lips, and they dry down like a slight bit, so they don't feel like a gloss. They just feel like a really nice lipstick, but like a very lightweight lipstick. They're pigmented. I personally love the smell. It's like a fruity vanilla kind of a thing. I know some people hate it, and it is a pretty strong smell. I personally think it dissipates. Like right now I can't smell it at all, but it does also have that slight taste to it. So if you do end up licking your lips throughout the day, you're gonna get that fruity vanilla taste in your mouth. I don't dislike it, so it's just gonna be a personal preference there. But I think these wear well. You know, they wear like a pretty traditional lipstick, but like they've got a pretty good, decent lasting power to them. They're not gross when you reapply it over itself. They fade gracefully. I personally really, really like them. So those definitely get like a huge, huge, huge thumbs up for me if you are looking to add some more lipsticks into your life. And the last thing on the bottom of the pyramid here is kind of like the Revlon Compact in the sense that I can only use this at one time of the year, but that one time of the year that I do use it, It's so good. So this is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer. I've got mine in the shade number 0.5 Breeze. This, I think, is one of the only foundations that I know to be truly sweat proof. Like ultra, sweat, proof, all of the extra vowels. Like this is summer foundation for me. I had a huge love affair with this in the summer. I can't use it in the winter because it doesn't look the greatest on dry spots of your skin. So like I said, that's why it's kind of on the bottom here, but I would actually recommend you buy this. Like with the Revlon Compact, it was like, do I recommend it? Because you can only use it at certain times of the year if you have really oily, sweaty skin like me. But this one, I don't care. I will buy this. I will have this. I will love this in the summer, hot, sweaty months. Now, it's got like this huge applicator thing. Like, this is basically the Tarte Shape Tape concealer wand. But, you know, it's whatever. You just like dab it on your skin. It's a bit tacky, I guess, but once you blend it out and everything, it is just, it's beautiful. Like, it's a good medium coverage foundation, I would say, and like I said, it's completely sweat proof. It lasts on me all day. Oils definitely do come through with it and everything, but you just blot your face, whatever, and you move on. You keep going. You know that your foundation is looking darn good, no matter what the weather conditions. I shouldn't say that because, like I said, if you have dry skin, it's not gonna look so great. But if you are sweaty in the summer, this. And it won't break the bank. This is what, like $27? Like compared to other foundations you buy at Sephora, like that is so good. And this is just, it's such a great foundation. So I would highly recommend this if you have very sweaty skin. It's really good. Moving on up to the second tier of the pyramid here, I have got another foundation. I mean, it's a BB cream, and it's a BB cream in the sense that it's an American BB cream, so it's a tinted moisturizer, but this is one of the more full coverage tinted moisturizers I have ever used. Like, I am wearing this today, and this stuff, if you have oily skin, if you have oily skin, you're probably looking at me like, tinted moisturizer, my skin is far too oily for that. But B, try this out because your opinion will change. Like, this stuff is incredible. It goes on so moisturized, like it feels hydrating when you put this on. It's got like that cooling feeling, but then once you start to blend it out, I mean, it's like matte, but it's not a flat matte. Like, it's a really flattering matte. Although I did remember, like, there's a reason why I haven't used this in a few months, and that's because this is way too dark on me in the winter. Like, I'm hoping on camera it's kind of evened out with the lighting and everything, but like, CoverGirl, can you like make some more shades of this? Because I have mine in the shade Fair, and let me tell you, this is not a fair shade of foundation at all. Colors aside, I just think this is a fantastic product. I will say, if you do buy this, store it upside down, because it will, like, if you store it like this, all of the, it's not grease in there, but whatever, the oils, the liquid part of the knot, when you squirt it out, it'll be like a bunch of grease will squirt out. So just like store it upside down. It'll make your life a lot easier. But other than that, I just think this is a beautiful, beautiful product. It lasts so well on the skin. Like, if you're extra sweaty, oily, it might fade a little bit throughout the day, but it fades gracefully. It doesn't come off on blotting sheets or anything. It's a beautiful product. And I know so many of you, after seeing my initial review on this, were like, oh my gosh, I ended up going out and buying that. It's a game changer. Like, this is one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore. And yeah, I'm calling it a foundation because this does not, to me, act like a BB cream, except for the fact that it's moisturizing. I mean, either way, you guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful product. I really wish there were more shades of this, and I would probably wear this way more often than I do at the moment. But otherwise, this is a great, great product. If you have oily skin, I would highly, highly recommend it. And another product, moving on up on the pyramid, that I would highly recommend if you have very oily skin, although I would recommend this more if you have very sweaty skin like me. Ba-boom! This is the Blotterazzi by Beauty Blender. I thought this was such a gimmick. I was so annoyed with it when it first came out, and then we ended up getting one in a Sephora play box this year, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna try it. This, like I said, if you have sweaty skin, this is a life changer for you. This is basically a beauty blender, like sliced into a little floppy disk here. If you have sweaty skin, like, you know the problem, because it's like, well, what do I do? How do I get it off without disturbing my foundation? I can't use a blotting sheet because blotting sheets, like, don't do well with blotting up sweat. That's meant for oil, not water. You know, do I use my shirt? Because, like, using my hands, it's like, that's gonna mess up my foundation, blah, blah, blah. This is your solution. You just blot this on your face when you're sweaty, and like this summer was the summer of sweat. I mean, I'm always sweaty, but like this summer was really bad. Like I was very hot this summer. But this, it saved my life and it saved my foundation. So good, so good. You just dab it on and it absorbs all of the sweat, but not your foundation. It does like a little bit, because I mean, you can see a little bit of foundation remnants on there, but it's nothing immense or anything, and it doesn't look like you disturbed your foundation on your face. I mean, this is just, it's a lifesaver. If you have sweaty skin, you understand. I know some people are like, oh, it's so overpriced, it can't be that big of a deal, blah, blah, blah. If you are sweaty like me, you understand the struggle and you understand how annoying and embarrassing it is. So like, this is just, it's so good, you guys. You can just, you wash these and then you can reuse them and everything. I think you have to throw them out every couple months or something once they start looking super ratty, but I love this. I absolutely love this. So if you have sweaty skin, you need this in your life. And the next thing here on the pyramid is a more recent favorite of mine. This is the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. Oh my gosh, you guys. I had gotten a little baby sample of this, and it wasn't really that baby. It was a deluxe sample of it. I got it in a Bite kit for the holidays and used it up, loved it, like adored it. I had previously had like little baby sample packets, you know, on Sephora when you make an order, you get the 3 free samples. A lot of times they'll give away like a 3-pack of like the clear one, the shimmery one, and then like there's a red tinted one. I had used those previously and I knew that I really, really liked those, but I don't think I really fell in love with them until I used that deluxe sample. And I have since used up the deluxe sample. I have purchased the full size right here. My mom purchased me the full size for Christmas without knowing that I had already bought it for myself, but I don't care. I will need that backup eventually. I love this. I love using like a Vaseline-y thick lip balm like this at night before I go to bed. I use it on top of like a normal chapstick type of a lip balm, and it just locks everything in and keeps, it's a mask. I mean, it really is a mask that you end up creating for yourself. I mean, if you use it alone, yes, but especially if you use the chapstick, I mean, one secret from me to you. But like, you put this on before you go to bed, or I mean, any time of the day, but for me, it's before I go to bed. I put it on, it's still there when I wake up in the morning, and I just wipe it off, and all of the dead skin or whatever from my lips ends up getting wiped off with it. My lips are so hydrated and moisturized and like ready for whatever I'm about to put my lips through that day. Whew, like, I am so excited about all these products. I'm like getting lightheaded. I'm talking way too fast, but like, I love these products. Like, it's so nice to do a pyramid full of good products instead of like a mix of products. Like, okay, this Agave Lip Mask, it smells fantastic. It's like a really rich vanilla scent, and it's beautiful. It works perfectly. I love it, adore it, so good. Highly recommend it. I know it's expensive, but like, Bite makes such good lip products. You know, they're all food grade ingredients. They're good for you. They're healthy for you if you end up ingesting it. Since lip products do, well, they're supposed to go on your lips, you know, that is important. So yeah, highly recommend this. I love it. And my cats do too. Seriously, like every time I have this on, which is every single night, they always come up to me and they're like, "Mommy, let me lick your lips." I'm like, no thank you. So, I mean, I guess there's that too. And moving up to the second to the top tier of the pyramid here, you guys, these are Holy Grail products for me. I mean, I've probably talked about some Holy Grail products already, but like, these are Holy Grail products. You know what I mean? So, I have got my Revlon Colorstay makeup for combination / oily skin. I have the shade 150 Buff. This foundation, you guys, I mean, can you see? Like, do you see how much is not in there? Like, I've probably used almost half this bottle in just a year. And like, for me, considering how many foundations I test out and how many I've got going through my rotation, like this stuff, it means business. And when I need a foundation, any time of the year, be it winter when my skin's a bit drier, be it summer when I'm gonna be sweaty and oily, this foundation, it's always good for me. It always has my back. And by my back, I mean my face, because that's where I wear it. Oh my God, you, like, this is a love affair. Like, oh, I feel like if you've been with my channel for any amount of time, you've heard me talk about this story like forever and ever. I originally tried out this foundation in the normal dry skin whatever, and I hated it. Like, it was so bad, but like, I used it up, I went through it, blah, blah, blah. I love that this has a pump. That is something that Revlon improved on, because when I first bought it, you know, it was just a shaky bottle and you had to dump it out and it was just a big mess. But this has a pump. And you guys, what's important is that this foundation is wonderful. It's so good. I don't care if my skin is slightly dry. I don't care if it's extra oily. This looks so good on my skin, and it's one of those ones that like mixes with your oils so that it ends up just looking better throughout the day, I think, if I do say so myself. You can blot your face throughout the day. This won't come off on your blotting sheets. It does not transfer for me. It fades gracefully, but like really it does not fade. This stuff will be there at night when you take it off. I wore this on New Year's this year, and like I had a New Year's this year. Like, it was a long night full of sweat and lots of other things, and I slept in it, which, like, don't do that, you guys. It's so bad to sleep in your makeup. But this was still there the next day. Like, when I took this off, probably close to 30 hours later, it was still, like, all over my makeup removal sheet. This stuff means business. You know, it says on here 24-hour wear. Yeah, try 30 hours, New Year's Eve, and also on Halloween. Like, Halloween, I was disgusting. Like, I mean, this is way too many extra stories, but like Halloween, you know, I was at this big like drag party and everything. I was dressed up as Tina from Bob's Burgers. It was this huge party. I was so sweaty, like disgustingly sweaty, and this stuff hung in, like, it's probably my favorite foundation. I shouldn't even say probably. This is my favorite foundation ever created. I love it. Like, it's the best for me. It's like a medium coverage. You can build it up though to make it full coverage. I don't think it looks cakey. I don't think it looks gross. It just looks natural and beautiful. It's one of the best shade matches for me, and it's just so, like, I can't live without this foundation. If I could only have one foundation in my life, this would be it. So, deep breaths, deep breaths. Let's move on to the next product before I pass out. The second thing here on the pyramid, you might think, Z palettes, that's your favorite? No, it's what's inside that counts, you guys. These are where I store my Makeup Geek shadows, and then like one random shadow that's not Makeup Geek, but like, let's ignore that. And the blush, it's a Makeup Geek blush, but like, the shadows are what's important. And then I also have this other Z palette with more Makeup Geek shadows. These were like their newer releases or whatever. So I had originally purchased, what, 12 of these? I purchased half of these shadows myself, you know, because they get like all the hype on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I need to test them. I need to do a review on them. I need to see if they're worth the hype. And then at that same time, Makeup Geek contacted me and asked me if I wanted to test out their eyeshadows. And so they were going to send me 12 eyeshadows. So I was like, cool, I have this huge freaking palette, you know, like half I bought, half they were sent to me. Like, I'm gonna have so much to review for people. I think Makeup Geek shadows are my favorite eyeshadows of all time. Like, they're so good. They're so good. I don't think there's one Makeup Geek shadow that I've tried that I don't like. They're all good. They're mattes, they're shimmers, they're ultra glitters. Like, yeah, some of them are a bit sheerer. Like, you know, this purple one, I think it's called Hype or something. These shimmery ones can be a bit sheerer, and so can some of these, but like, their matte ones are ultra pigmented. They're all super smooth, super creamy. They blend like absolute dreams. I love them. I love them. Like, I love them to the point that I don't have words for them. I just adore Makeup Geek shadows. And I know a lot of you have asked me to do like a top 10 or like a top something of Makeup Geek. I totally can do that. So I will in the future. But for now, I can just tell you that I absolutely love Makeup Geek shadows. They are affordable. They're $6 a pop, right? I think you get huge pans, and I love them. I've never been so in love with eyeshadows before, and I know that if I'm in like an eyeshadow slump where I'm like, I don't really feel like wearing eyeshadow, or like I'm not feeling creative, I can just whip out Makeup Geek shadows, and I know that whatever I put on my lids, they're gonna look good. They will last all day, no fading, no crease. I mean, granted, I have to use a primer and stuff underneath, but like, they end up looking just as good at the end of the day as they did when I put them on. So like, Makeup Geek shadows, they're perfect. I rotate out my eyeshadow palettes every month so that I end up using all of my eyeshadow palettes, but like the Makeup Geek ones, they always stay. They do not get rotated. They will always be there. I don't think I ended up swatching these in a close-up. Which fingers have I and have I not swatched? They're so smooth. They're so creamy. There's no effort involved. beautiful. Like, are you kidding me? Shut up. They're so good. I could talk about these for years, so I'm just gonna stop there. They are fabulous. I highly recommend them. I love them. They are near the top of the pyramid for sure, but you will understand when I move on why they're not at the very top of the pyramid. So at the very top, I feel like this cannot be a surprise. I feel like it's probably in everyone's favorites videos this year. It's the Tarte Shape Tape. This is one of those products that lives up to the hype, but I think this is the product that has most lived up to the hype, if that makes sense. This is worth all of the hype. All of it. This is the best concealer I've ever used in my life. It is so good. When I originally tested this, I had like a cooking night with my friends. Like I did all the cooking and fed them dinner and whatever. So like I was sweaty in a hot kitchen for at least a few hours and doing dishes and this, that, and the other thing. Like there was sweat everywhere, except for in the food. I'm not that gross. But like this concealer, it didn't budge, and it doesn't budge. This is another one of those products that like sweat proof, absolutely sweat proof, and just looks flawless on the skin. It really does, and a little goes such a long way. Like I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, it's a cakey concealer. It's cakey if you use too much. You need just the teeny tiniest little bit, which is really difficult because this concealer has like the hugest freaking wand on it ever created. I mean, like I said, I am pretty sure this Clinique foundation wand is the exact same as this concealer wand. Yeah, pretty sure. Like, why does a concealer wand need to be this big? It doesn't, and it's actually really annoying because, like I said, you only need a little bit of this concealer. But, you know, you get over it because this concealer is greatness. They have since added, since the original release of this concealer, a bunch of new shades to the line, so hopefully the shade range has improved a lot because initially it was just kind of like an okay shade range, but now I haven't really looked at the new shade range because this one in Fair is like a perfect match for me. It does a really good job at like brightening under my eyes and just covering blemishes. It blends in really nicely if you end up working with it. Like it's not one of those concealers where you blend it and it just like poof, it's instantly blended, but like once you work with it and you get it into the skin, it just looks flawless. Like it just so good. This is a forever love affair. I know it says it's only good for 6 months. I think it's because this is a vegan concealer. I could be wrong about that, but I'm almost positive. Maybe I'm wrong because I feel like if it was vegan it would say on here, but either way, this has got a 6 months expiration date. I've had mine for probably a few months now, but either way, it hasn't gone bad on me yet. A lot of people have said that theirs like ends up oxidizing. Mine has not yet. I've had nothing but good luck with this concealer. I think the packaging is really pretty aside from the huge wand. Otherwise, this is the best concealer I've ever used. If I could only have one concealer in my life, it would be this one. And it's like ultra full coverage, like really full coverage. So if you're looking for something to really cover imperfections, this one's gonna do it for you. So yay, that is it. That concludes this ultra long pyramid video. I love these products, so like I had a lot to say about them. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what were my favorites out of this past year, 2016. Bye-bye, it is 2017 now. Let's go into this new year with a good attitude. Let's make it a good one, you guys. I know a lot of people hated 2016. I personally had a pretty good 2016, I'm pretty sure. Like a few bad things happened for sure, but overall, I personally like 2016, so I'm hoping 2017 just kind of continues that onto the good path and everything. But especially, I hope 2017 ends up being good for you guys. I love you guys so much. You guys make my channel what it is. Like, I am so appreciative and so just... I've got so much love for you guys, so thank you so much for sticking with me. If you are a very old-time viewer of mine, or if you are brand new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I really am. I love the family that we have created here on my channel. I hope that 2017 is full of tons of positivity. There are always some random videos of mine that get like tons of really awful comments on them, like not necessarily to me, but like with you guys, and like arguments are had, but like for the most part, I feel like our community here is like the best, like so loving, so supportive, and I just wanna just want to hug you guys. But yeah, mushing and gushing aside, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, you know, revisited some of these favorite products of mine, or got a little refresher, or yeah, just whatever. So if the video was helpful and or enjoyable for you, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it, and it would really help out my channel. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!